What's up, everyone? This is my Bubba Wallace PowerPoint project, episodes 1 through 3. Overall, I thought this is a really good Netflix series, and I hope you guys can agree with me on my take. Okay, episode 1, a fresh start. Before watching this Netflix series, I had never even got into NASCAR racing. I had never seen a race, never even thought to watch a race. So this was kind of fresh and raw for me. But after seeing the first 5 minutes of episode 1, I was intrigued immediately. Starting off with the cast, Bubba Wallace, NASCAR Cup Series driver for 2311, and Joe Gibbs Racing. Denny Hamlin, he's also a driver for 2311 Racing. He's the co-owner of it as well. And he was also part of Joe Gibbs Racing. Also, Michael Jordan was in it. He's another co-owner of 2311. Joe Gibbs was in it, the owner of Joe Gibbs Racing. He's also a five-time NASCAR Cup champion. Cal Hall was also introduced in episode 1. This is a longtime friend of Bubba's and is also his manager. And I also wanted to touch base with Desi Wallace, his mother, Bubba's mother. She had a big impact to episode 1, and just seeing her in it, I knew I had to put her in it. Overall, from this first episode, I learned that Bubba took a stand for black people when we were going through the BLM movement. I honestly didn't even take the time to, look in the news and hear about Bubba Wallace because, like I said, I wasn't interested in NASCAR. But after seeing episode 1, I seen what he did for us black people as a whole, and I really, appreciate it because it's hard for him to stand out, especially in the environment that he's in. But yes, that's what I got from episode 1. Episode 2, Great Expectations. In this episode, I was looking forward to seeing what was going to happen with Bubba as he made his initiative to ban the Confederate flags from NASCAR. What I learned from this episode was that Michael Jordan had a background with dirt bikes and racing. I just thought this was interesting because a lot of people don't really know Michael Jordan other than a basketball icon. So the fact that they put in how he rode dirt bikes as a kid, and when he retired, he made his own superbike race team called Michael Jordan Motorsports. I just thought that was really cool, given the fact that him and Denny Hamlin teamed up. So I feel like that had a whole lot to do with that from his racing background as a kid. I just thought that was very interesting. And of course, they selected Bubba as the driver. Also, what I learned from this episode was that before the races, the NASCARs had to be inspected. I didn't know that whatsoever. I always knew they had to pass some type of, eye test, but I didn't know it was a legit inspection. If you failed, you had to face multiple consequences for, or don't even get a chance to race. So I just thought that was pretty cool. Episode 3, Driving While Black. In this episode, I was looking forward to seeing how Bubba bounced back after wrecking his race car. He knew it was a mental error on his part, and I was just wanting to see how he was going to face the adversity. Also, given the fact that Denny Hamlin is his co-teammate, I was just wondering what kind of advice he would be able to give Bubba so he could become a better driver. After watching this episode, I learned that Bubba had drove the Black Lives Matters car in the race at Martinsville Speedway. I just thought that was a really important topic that I had to put in it just because that was the day that they were banning the Confederate flag from NASCAR. And once again, given the fact that Bubba is an African American driver in a predominantly white sport, I think that was very big for our culture as a whole, and it was a great job by him taking a stand.